always dancing and doing modeling shows even when I was a little girl, so that's cool. Me, my sister, my brother, and then me and Dad. Dad's always fun. And then this is right before I started drugs. So this is right when I was 14. I was with my family for Christmas. Growing up as a child, my mom was always sad and my dad was always busy. And so as a kid, I was very theatrical, and I just kind of created my own happiness. I felt that I was emotionally abandoned from my mom, and I didn't really ever have that emotional connection with my father, and so I just felt alone even more. And so I kind of started a relationship with food, and as a young girl, I felt ashamed because I was overweight. Right before high school, I decided to buy some rollerblades and lose that weight, and so I did, all on my own, and I went into high school feeling pretty. I also got accepted to a magnet program of performing arts, so not only did I feel confident, but I was doing something that I loved as well. I met this girl and I got introduced to these cough medicine pills, and boy, did I love them. Those pills were my first love and my first addiction, and then boys started to notice me, and I was looking for love in all the wrong places and hanging out with the wrong guys, and I started to become very codependent in relationships in high school. My biggest regret was not graduating from the magnet program that I was attending. That was a big downfall for me. That was my dream. I always wanted to be on Broadway in New York and do that for a living, and that kind of got crushed along with the drugs and the trauma in my life, and I got addicted to Adderall, and Adderall and Xanax became a new relationship. I started, I would take Adderall every day, and then I would party and drink on it and do ecstasy and smoke weed, and I was just partying. I didn't care, but I knew that I needed those pills every day to wake up. I would mix the quercetin with it, and I was just on a pathway of destruction, and I've suffered a lot of seizures, driving. It continued. Relationships, I just was very addicted to the man I was with. They were my security and they were my identity. As long as I had my boyfriend and I had my drugs, I was okay. And when I was doing meth, I felt, wow, like my parents, I come from a good family, and they raised me with good morals and integrity, and look where my life has gone. I'm dating an older man who has children my age, and I was just disgusted with myself, but didn't know how to quit. And so towards the end of the meth addiction, I started to hear voices, and that's when I knew, oh shoot, what happened? What did I do? I never thought I'd be one of those vegetables on the side of the road speaking to themselves or talking to themselves. I cried out to God and I said, if you're real, you're gonna have to show me and prove it to me. I walked into LA Teen Challenge with just a bag and nothing, but I had the most peace that I ever experienced because I knew I was done, and I knew this was gonna be good. I just knew it. And I remember for the first time I stood up and I praised his name. But what was so powerful about that moment was that I realized that I encountered a very powerful weapon, because the voices stopped. When I praised God, the voices stopped. We know what we hold on to. We know what our idols are, we know what our securities are, and when you finally come to a place and you realize that none of that can fill you or satisfy you, you come to a place of a new beginning. I love what I do. I love working here because the girls need to know that it's possible to be free. It's possible to be delivered, and it's possible to have a new life. And if God can heal me without a pill, without a human being, from the voices that I heard, He can do anything.